What's going on, my people? Back with another video. We're gonna finish up on Queen Williams. We done part 1 on the last video, and we're gonna finish it up on part 2 here. So basically where we stopped off at, we looked at Fox's Alexander the Great. Just a quick recap. I ain't gonna go over it much, but we just gonna show it so we can get back into the second half. If you want to go see more of it, you can of course watch the video. But basically, her daddy was a Shelly's dog, Heavy. Heavy game this coming up there through there. If you know, you know. And then the bottom side, Saunders White Diamond. Not to say that won't game or nothing, but it was more based off the weight pulling, ace of ace, one, title hog hunting and weight pulling type stuff. Like I said, if you want to watch the video, feel free to do it. That's just a recap of what the daddy is. He was a white dog, good looking dog. All right. So now that's where she get the white from, coming in there, the swirl. Now her mama, Fox's Deli Ann, got some of the same stuff in her. More heavier on the weight pulling and stuff, but we're gonna get into that. She was a chocolate dog. That's where she got that swirl from, Queen. She coming off Saunders Escobar and something's nothing but trouble. Okay. Helms, Roscoe, and Wentz Lucky, the same stuff we went through in the first video. Baker's get 'em in Folks, Carolina. More Helms, Roscoe. There you see the bear again, the Man-O Steel again. Angel stuff. Like I said, she's an Angel's dog mostly. About 3/4 bred or so. That's what she was. Alright, so you see more of the bear and everything. Alright, so like I always tell you, you can start from this generation to really break it down what's in that dog, what's in the mama. If you want to go to learn how to read pedigrees, I got a whole video about it. Go check it out. Quick recap, I always do it. Your daddy, your mama, granddaddy, grandmama, granddaddy, grandmama. It's that simple. Great granddaddy, so on and so forth. That's all we doing. If you want, I got a 20-minute video on how to read pedigrees if you ain't catch it. But it's that simple as your mama and your daddy, breakdown. Grandmama, granddaddy, all that. Alright, so we already went over Helms Roscoe in the first video, so we ain't going to spend much time on it, but I'll just click it because I always say you got to quarter them down. Go for the first quarter, you see. Bear was the daddy. Sykes Honey Bear. The Angel stuff. All 3/4 bred, 3/4 of it right there coming off the Angels. Then you got the Duckworth's Dazzling Diamond, which is an Angel's Golden Girl dog coming off of that, and Whitaker's Showdown. Billy Boo. Elliot stuff, Wilson stuff, Billy. Like I said, we already went on with Helms Roscoe in the first video, so I ain't gonna spend time on it. You can of course go back and look at it if you want to see more about it or whatever. But yeah, that's what she heavy off of, the Helms Roscoe inbred off the dog, basically. Alright, so we ain't gonna spend a lot of time on that. Alright, now Wentz is Lucky. Helms Roscoe. Daughter. They bred it back to Helms, so that's how they inbred that right there. That's the inbreeding on the second generation. Alright, pushing that same blood I just showed you, pushing it 3/4 of it. That's 75% of it, pushing it to the top of that, so it's heavy off that. Then it's got the Helms Holly, which is more default stuff inbred, see? They took a half brother and a sister. You see Sykes Honey Bear, different mama. Fikes Keishi, different mama. So that's a half brother and sister they done to breed, to keep that same blood they want coming from bear coming back in there. So Helms Holly. More angel stuff with Duckworth's Fancy. See? More Man O' Steel stuff. Okay. We went over Man O' Steel on the first one, but we can. This was a famous dog. A lot of people know about Man O' Steel. Coming from some unknown stuff right there. But you see the Hollands right there, the Kales. Yeah. See that Hollands Red Lady. More Kales. Medlins. See? All right. That's what Helms Holly got in her. Heavy Man O' Steel. You see the Man O' Steel right there? Inbred. Took a daughter, bred it back to Man O' Steel. Okay. So it ain't no need when you wonder what brand he is, it ain't no need of looking back at Man O' Steel. We just looked at that. So let's see what the mama, let's see what that's coming out of. And you see Clipbird's Clyde, Fletcher's Fletch Boys. Fletcher's Fletch Toby. Payday's Demon again. You see that name again. Then you got Bennett's Blackie down there. The Cummins stuff. The Rascals, Carver stuff. See? So pushing some of that gameness in there. Certified gameness stuff. You got the Hugheses. Black Shine. Rascal stuff with the Blackie. Classic stuff. Eli and Carver's Cracker. Champ Carver's Cracker. Classic stuff. Coming off Daibo and Black Widow. If you know, you know. Chicago Dolly and Corvino stuff. Chant Williams, Red Sandy, Chant Williams Girl. The Williams stuff down there. Classic stuff. Good looking dog. Carver. Like I tell you, walking antiques. Bulldog History Channel. Alright. Payday Demon. Cummins dog. Cummins so-so champ, Cummins grand champ, Cummins Dutch boy. More Eli. Classic stuff. Check out Dutch boy. All bourgeois. When Eli was Eli. When the Eli was hurting feelings. It's the real Eli blood. Alright, coming so-so. Coming off Eli 3 wrong. And first thing, like I always forgot to put in here, I always, this is all for entertainment purposes only. Some of this stuff may or may not be true. This is just for entertainment and educational purposes only. I take care of my dogs and I love them. They basically like my kids, so I ain't promoting nothing. I always got to throw that in here for the internet. Alright. All bourgeois stuff. All Eli stuff mostly. Alright. So basically when I was breeding King with her, we're going to get into that in the next video. We're going to go do my first breeding where I had papers with puppies. That's going to be my next video. But you can see how it's linking up with the same stuff. So you already know what the puppy's going to be. Alright. So that's basically breaking down what the Helms Holly stuff is. And the top side of her. Then you look at the Angels Eli. Same type stuff, the Mano Steel. Payday Demon, you see how it's inbred? It's same stuff. They taking it back and bringing it, pushing all that stuff up closer. See, that's how you breed them dogs. So you don't try to recreate the wheel. You just gotta know what you're doing. Then make your own wheel, but you ain't gotta recreate it. You can try to make it better, but the wheel is the wheel. Alright. And you see Duckworth's Fancy. Still coming off that Angels Mano Steel again in the Toby Boy stuff. See? Just inbred, just pushing it up, pushing it back up. Alright. So that's how you see that Johnson's Daily Ann. So that's how she bred on her top side. That's her top 50%. That's what's pushing through the blood right there. Alright. So now we do the bottom 50%. Okay. See the same stuff. With some little crosses in there. You can't, when you inbreed them, you can't just keep inbreeding them with the same stuff. You got to add some out crosses in there to bring some gene pool stuff in there, so the dogs won't be messed up. And it ain't no way to say, oh, you can't inbreed it like this or inbreed it like that. It's when breeding one of them things, and we're gonna get into it, because like I said, I show and tell. I don't just talk. You can hear and listen to as many people as you want to, and the old heads, and tell you, and you trust in them, they're your heroes, whatever. You gotta breed them to see. You know what I'm saying? You can't look at a pedigree and put them together and be like, yeah, this is definitely going to make this. It's supposed to. That's the recipe. That's like baking something. You follow the recipe, it's supposed to come out tasting like a certain way, but until you do it and taste it, you know what I mean? Like, you can be like, man, I followed my ma recipe. It ain't tasted like my ma stuff because you ain't your ma. You know what I'm saying? She might have done a little something else she ain't telling you, or or just put more of this or less of that, or it's just you ain't got her hands. or his hands, or the daddy if you're trying to copy his recipe for something, for grilling or something. It's all, you got to do it to do it, to know. You know what I mean? And that's all I can tell you. You can read all the books and watch all the YouTube videos if you want to, and think you're, think think you know something, but you don't know until you do it. Then you know. But we'll get into that, the breedings and stuff. I got plenty of videos for you, so strap it up. But yeah. So we're gonna do the last bottom part here. We're gonna end it here. Cause she's so inbred, it ain't no need to keep going on the same stuff over and over again. And you can watch the first video and you're gonna see some of the same stuff. So, but basically, something's nothing but trouble. That was what we got to finish off with, and what's coming out of them, coming out of her. And Baker's get them, and Faults Carolina. You see Faults again. You see that heavy Faults dog. Same Faults that had Bear. The ace of ace. One. Alright, so now you want to see what that stuff is. You see it's still coming down from the Angels. Like I said, it's an Angels dog. Heavy Angels dog. You see all that Angels. Angels was a big time dog person. If you in the know with certain things, he was more of a show person though than anything, and he took his dogs to shows and had some clout, in the area he was from. Like I said, a lot of this stuff is private though. Like, you ain't gonna see none of this like that. And this is the only dog I really ain't got no blood off of no more to keep implementing into my stuff. But I had it, and she got me going off my first puppy, so she done what she was supposed to do. She was a good dog, and I can't complain about her. The things happen the way they happen, and you just move on with it. But she done her job. But yeah, this was Baker's get 'em. We're gonna click on that, break that down. See Baker's Rock Black Ghost and Faults Destiny. You see more Angels Rolling Rock, more Faults Just Jan. Then you see an ace of ace Miss Rose. Now you see Miss Rose ain't got no one in the back, so that's something she missing, but she's still an ace ace. See all this coming down from all this ace stuff, this Angels ace stuff. So you see you see he was taking them to them shows and winning them weight pulling contests. You see it come off some game stuff too now. But that's what he put him in. See all that Angels, Man O' Steel inbred in that stuff? That's why I say Angels, Man O' Steel was a bad dog producing all them aces now. That blood producing. That strong stuff that was winning them weight pulling. And I'm sure it had some gameness to it too. But what they focused on was the weight pulling for their titles. And like I said, you can do what you want to with these dogs. You ain't got to always do what everybody else doing. You can put them in shows. You can weight pull with them. You can climb stuff with them. You can hunt with them. I mean, that's the thing about this American Pit Bull Terrier. That's why I'm doing this history, because people don't understand. These are the dogs right here. If you can have them. You got a lot of people that got these rules and stuff that they can't have them, and so they go to bullies and act like they want bullies, but they can't have these dogs because these dogs ain't for everybody. They stay in HOAs, they stay in states where in places where they don't allow pit bulls, or they got all these strict rules, and that's a them problem. That ain't a you problem unless you stay there. And if you do stay in places like that, I suggest, if you can, you go somewhere where you can have whatever dog you want, and they don't tell you what type of dogs you can have. But everybody can't do what they can do. Everybody got to do what they can do. So I understand that, but like I said, that's on you. But yeah, these the dogs, because they can do it all. American Pit Bull Terrier can do it all. You can have them big, 80 pounds, 70 pounds. You can have them, 25, 30 pounds. I mean, it's endless with them. All around dogs. So, but yeah, let's click a couple of these names here, and you see Angel's Miss Rose right there. See, she come off both aces. Her mama and her daddy was an ace. See that double bred Mano Steel stuff. Fletcher's Toby boy again. Angel's Golden Girl. The Billy Boo, you see that again. The Payday Demon. Same Blackie. Huge as Black Shine. Alright. So it's Angel's Golden Girl. Couple of different names in there. So you gotta throw some different stuff in there when you're inbreeding them like that. See what Tanner Smoky come off of. Kells and Hampton's Bullet. See some of them same names, but you gotta put them together a little differently for the gene pool. All right. You already know what Billy Boo is from the first video. We see this Onyx dog, that's a little different name. See, still unknown, old stuff. Coming off some Kale stuff though. Martin Sandy. You already know what Billy Boo is from the first video and stuff. Atkinson's Lorianne. Old stuff. Unknown stuff. Alright, so that's Golden Girl. You know what the Mano Steel is. You know what the Fletcher's Toby boy is. So same stuff, run and do it again. That's what Angel's Miss Rose got in her. Alright. So that's how Baker's Get 'em broke down. See the same stuff. See how they put that dog together? This dog heavily inbred. But the stuff was definitely working, because they wouldn't have inbred. They wouldn't have bred it like that if that stuff wasn't working and making people happy. They would have went another way. That's how you know what time it is. Alright. So the last one we're going to do, and this will be the end of Queen. False Carolina. False Dog, False Stud Buster, and False Boomerang. Roadblock, and more of the Angel stuff crossed to it, more of the Bear stuff. You see more Aces. See more Man of Steel again. See how they put it together? They bred Man of Steel with an unknown right there. You know, but well, that's just a different false bear. See, I made another one. See, this one was made in 2003. So I made another one so I can put the dame in false bear, because see right here, it didn't have it in here. But you see somebody done it in 2003 right there. 2,800 views. So if you look at that false bear, you'd be like, unknown. That's why that stuff say unknown, because if somebody got to put it in there or set it up right so you can see it through their paperwork if they got documentation. They may or may not have it. You know, they might just be posting the pedigree. They might don't really have the papers. They tell you they got the stuff and got the blood, but if I don't see the papers, you know. Y'all look at that how you want to. But see, that's the false bear I made. Now, maybe I should have put it in the front, maybe a certain way, so like that, like it was supposed to be done. I don't know, but I don't think it's in my papers like that, so that's why I put it in here like that, because I think it's in my papers like that, but I can't remember. I can go back and look, but either way, I couldn't copy it anyway, because they don't let you make the double ones, so. Let's see. That's where I got False Bear. See, it don't got his mama there, and that's why I got his mama there, because I got the papers, and I know who his mama is. Angel's Brandy. See? Now somebody maybe didn't want you to know exactly how the fault was bred, how False Bear was bred. That's why they might have put it in. It's hard to say, but you know, Angel's Lace. You see, they got that meal there for. You know what time it is? That work time. That was posted in 2003. All right. Coming off Angel's Rambling Red and Chariote's Diary. Okay. More Angel stuff. Maple's Red Adonis and Martin's A Daisy May. Alright, then we got some game stuff coming it down from it. Not to say this other stuff won't game, just this is some of that stuff they really notated in here and put their champions on there or whatever they want to do. Alright. I think we looked at Angel's Golden Girl. Yeah, we did. And then Maple's Red Adonis. See? Barry and Graham's old stuff. See? Champ. Shabasta Sooner. Old stuff. Jimmy Boots Greenwoods. Champ Weldon's. Olston Flow. Stuff come down from the Mim stuff, that Olston stuff. That's what he used to use before he got into it. We'll get into that stuff too, but classic stuff. Hensel, Clemens. All right. Now we look at Graham's Baby Jaws. Carwell, Susie, and Lockjaw. Hensel stuff. Sheba, heavy Hensel stuff, the old Hensel stuff when it was working. If you know, you know. That's a whole Hensel dog right there. Classic stuff. Last modified in 2002. Look at Hensel Classy. Super dog. Coming off the Dibo. And Duchess, Champ Duchess Hensel. UKC had it registered, you see. And Eddie Bay, he was dual registered in both kennels. Pedigree ain't lit up worth a nothing. Bulldog. So yeah, man. So that's that, folks. Carolina. last one we need to click is yeah, I think that's it. I think we covered everything on that's Falls, Carolina. That's where we were just at. We probably need to look at a couple of a boomerang, false boomerang, but he pretty much, you can see he's just coming off the same stuff, the bear stuff, the rambling red, which I just went through right there. See, it's inbred off that stuff. Not tight, but it's coming off of it. Same man, no steel stuff. Let's see, I think I think the last one we need to get is Dyra. That got some Buster stuff in it and Satan Stomper. We looked at Sooner and stuff and Lockjaw. But this little part right here we didn't go through. See, Apples and Sebastian's Poncho. Champs Bucerus Buster. Super Dog. Classic stuff. Carver Dog. What happened? Yeah. Alright. See the Grand Champ Jones and Holtz Booger. See the Boomerang coming down off of it, inbred off the Boomerang. Jones Pond stuff. Classic old stuff. There you see more of the Spike, more of the Pistol, and more of the Missy and the Arch Missy and the Bully. So I'm gonna cross back with King when you cross it together. So yeah, man, some classic stuff. Queen was a good dog too now. See, Fitzgerald Goldie again. That's why I say when you watch these videos, you're gonna start seeing some of these same dogs. You're gonna say, oh yeah, when you bred them together, I see why they acting like that, why they looking like that, why they bulldogs. See, when you're really in these papers and you're really into this science project that you're doing, you know what time it is. If you're into knowing, you know, you know. When you start putting these dogs in people's hands and they pay you money for it, they're going to tell you if you bulldogging or not. Because they paid their hard money. They work 40 hours or hustle or whatever they do. You can't learn from what you got by keeping everything. Because you could be kennel blind and you got your own standards. Of course, you got to keep some of the stuff for your own. Because the only person you got to make is yourself is happy. You're the only person you got to make happy. But when you start putting them in people's hands, you got to make them happy too. Because they done paid you their hard-earned money for that stuff. And they going to tell you the truth because they paid their money for it. So when you hear them people talking about, oh, you keep all of them and do this and that. And this ain't 1998 and 88 and 60s. And man, this is 2023. You know how much food and stuff costs and everything, man. You ain't keeping all them dogs out there. You got to have land. You got to, I mean, please. And if you're making them like this, do you know how hard it is to keep these dogs? These dogs you creating. This a bulldog. The real thing. So yeah. Let's check out what Luke Staten Stomper. They don't got his daddy in here. Got his mom in here, coming down from that PR stuff. See that PR stuff, that UKC stuff, producing still a game dog. I don't know what the daddy is that's pushing it up here too, but yeah. So that's basically what Queen was. She was a good dog, man. I miss her. Like I miss all my dogs. But like I said, she got me going. She'd always have 3 puppies. That time she had all 3 white ones. On my second video, I'll show you they would either come out like that one time, and I think I only bred about 3 times, maybe it was 3. And the next time I bred her, she had a buckskin one and a chocolate one like her, and then the white ones with the patches and stuff. So she would always have 3. And the problem, so you can't never get going with that. You can't get going with 3 puppies. Even if the dogs is fire, you gonna keep one and then you gonna move 2, and you know what you gonna do with that? You ain't gonna have much people. You might sell them to some people that don't even update you. They just take them, and a lot of people, man, I'll get into some stories, but I ain't gonna say but so much on the internet, because who knows who's watching. Some of my customers could be watching, and everything ain't for the internet. But yeah, they'll buy your dog and get brand new on you in a minute now. Now, if you sold them some bull, they be calling you up and talking junk. But you sell them a ace, you sell them some top of the line stuff, yeah, they'll get brand new on you. They got the dog now, so they can do what they want to. They'll be your best friend till they get the dog. They get the dog, and you be like, who is this I'm talking to now? They be burning bridges and don't know it. They don't know what they doing. They think they do, but yeah, it's gonna take more than getting one dog for me to be like me. But yeah, all that ain't on for the internet. So, but yeah, man, this is a good old dog, old school blood, old heavy Angels dog, crossed with some heavy Eli stuff. The Angel stuff is coming down a lot from the Eli stuff, as you can see, and some other stuff. But yeah, man, some private stuff, good stuff, and I only know one person that for sure that got a little bit of this blood bred, but we'll get into it on the next video when I do the breedings. My first breedings with her and Queen, and hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm at 37 minutes. For some reason, y'all like Queen pit video, or either it's because it's the latest. I don't know. It's got the most views, but yeah, some different stuff in here, so that's interesting too. You don't see the same old dogs that come. When I go through some other dogs, some of them are gonna be a little bit more famous and stuff. So maybe that got something to do with it. But yeah, thank y'all for watching, and I'll be back with another video soon. That was Queen Part 2. We're gonna be done with Queen. Peace.